There it goes.
What's this for?
What are you looking at?
The sticker.
The sticker.
Mm-hmm. What does it say, Dad?
This says Air Slam It.
Air Slam It.
Good companies, like quality companies, send stickers with their products.
Dude, I was disappointed, okay, with Air Slam It. This is the only sticker I got.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
but
no good.
Look at this. This is how many stickers they have. Let me find the box. They use this sticker on this box as a tamper-proof seal.
Well, that's pretty funny. My
Really?
My wing came with like
7,000.
6 or 7 Big Country Lab stickers. What's all this equipment down here?
Dude, a lot of
Dang,
money.
dude. Look at these fat drop knuckles.
Yep.
Holy moly.
Dad, what's this for?
This is like half of what it takes to airbag a 1 ton.
Really? Just half of it?
No, this is like everything except for the 4-link.
Dad, what does this have in it?
Nothing, punk.
What's in it?
Probably an air compressor. I don't know. Yeah, so this is 90% of what we need to airbag the dually,
Okay.
which is what we're doing.
We're
If you
airbagging
guys
the dually.
haven't figured it out. So we were going to unbox it, go over everything, show you guys what we've ordered, and I thought maybe we'd go peek at the trucks, because there's 2 of them, and see where we're at on that. But
Right on.
thanks, buddy.
Do you need these?
No, I got a knife.
What's up?
So, this is one thing we ordered. We're not going to open it. This is just a transmission rebuild kit because the Dodge has a blown up transmission.
Dad,
Typical Dodge. So we have this. We also have a billet converter that we ordered today. But that's our first thing on the list of all the crap that we have. I got it from Trans Parts Warehouse, whatever. It was like $200. This kit everywhere else is like $350. It's a stage 1 kit from Raybestos, whatever that means. It's supposed to hold a little more power. That'll be linked down there, I guess, if you guys want to see what... I don't know exactly what to do on these videos, because we're just kind of doing what we want to do. We're not necessarily like, oh, this is how you rebuild a Dodge transmission.
Yeah, right.
So, I don't know. Should I link these parts or not? Like, you guys let me know. If you guys say it, we'll come back, we'll link them all. But that's that. These are drop knuckles. And you can get them on Summit, and you can get them a few other places. But I actually found a guy local to Arizona that had these for a way better price than I could find anywhere else. We paid $325 for these, and they're 3-inch drop knuckles for the C30. And I mean, there's nothing else really to say. They're drop knuckles. So, to bag a C30, you need these giant air compressors, and we have 2 of them. There's another one in that box. We just didn't think we need to get both of them out. I don't know what their flow rate is. They're a 580, so I assume that's significant to somebody. We don't know anything about airbags, so if you guys haven't got that. But everybody likes these online. They're made in China, but they're decent quality. I guess the check valve in them is kind of noisy, but the compressor itself is quiet. This is an Evolve manifold, and you don't necessarily need this if you're bagging something, but if you want to be able to control each corner, you need something similar to this.
So we're going to be able to do like 3-wheel motion with this thing?
I'm wondering if we will be able to. Like, it'd be super cool if we can, but I don't know. I figure we'll have to give it a shot at least.
Dad,
So,
we're only gonna open these.
we are going to open those.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
need scissors.
I got a knife.
Dad, but scissors.
Hey, watch out, dude. You're in the way. Thanks. So these are interesting. And again, like Bo and I don't know what we're doing. So I've been having to do a lot of research and like learn why this stuff is needed and how it all works. So this is kind of cool. Red monitors.
Ronnie's totally being humble right now. He reads a lot about when he wants to do something to a truck, like he reads a lot. And so he probably knows pretty well how to do this by now.
I don't know.
I always just ask it when I want to do something. I always just ask Ronnie, how do we do this? And then we shoot a video on doing it.
So it's got pressure sensors for each bag, and then these will go out to each one of the bags so you can air them up and air them down. And the nice thing about having a manifold versus having just like dump valves inside your car is the exhaust is wherever the manifold is. So usually underneath your car or in your bed or whatever. So you don't have to hear the air leaving the bags. Like, whereas if you have manifold valves inside your car, it's all into your cab, which is dumb. So there's that. This bugged me a little bit. They forgot to send me airline. Well, I went up to Phoenix and picked all this stuff up because Air Slam, it's local to Arizona too. And they forgot to send me this or include it in the kit. So this is 3/8 line, which is massive. So the truck should air up pretty quick. I didn't want 1/4 inch line. We're trying to lift a 1 ton, you know. So there's that. You need that crap. This is motor mounts. So these are just like polyurethane motor mounts that match up to the adapters for the Cummins. So these are actually factory big block mounts, but these are made by Energy Suspension, which is like our go-to for all polyurethane mounts because they're like the only people that make any. But this is a full kit. It comes with like the tranny mounts and everything, but we just need this right here, which is the strangest looking motor mount I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, that's a crazy looking motor
Isn't it
mount.
weird? So, and this is still like fairly common, I guess, for GM cars, but it has a clamp that goes over this, like this. This is the bottom, goes against the frame rail, and then this side goes towards the engine, and it's called a clamshell, and it goes like this, and you bolt it together, and it squeezes it all together, and this just goes in the middle.
All
Isn't
right.
that weird?
This is kind of weird.
So you just replace this. You don't have to replace the whole mount. But whatever. That's that. Oh, I gotta sit down. This is the biggest relay like I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh, that is a
Right?
big relay.
Isn't it massive? It's a 100 amp relay. Like, it's huge. Look over here. Hold on.
You have a normal relay?
Yeah. Size different. Standard, like 30 to 40 amp
Dude, that's
relay
nuts,
versus
dude.
100 amp relay. So,
So why do you need such a big relay?
because we're running 2 air compressors.
Okay.
So this is for both air compressors. There's in here, I do believe, is another pressure sensor, not that one.
I don't always ask questions for the benefit of the video or for the benefit of our viewers or for the benefit of Ronnie not having anything to say.
What the hell is that?
I don't know a whole lot about a lot of the things that he does because we have kind of different tastes in like what we do to vehicles. So
Ah, there it is.
I just don't I don't know a lot about this kind of stuff, you know? That's
So-
all. That's all. The end.
This is a pressure sensor, right? And so it says on it like where it turns on. So it turns on at 150 psi, turns off at 180. Can you see that?
Yes, we can see that.
And on like a regular, I don't know what to call it because like the kit that we bought, it's fairly expensive and fairly complex. But on like a normal like cheaper airbag setup, you would just screw this into your tank like that, and it's gonna read tank pressure. And whenever tank pressure like falls off, it's gonna turn the compressors on. But our kit doesn't do that exactly. It does do that, but it does it in a different way. So you would put this in here, and you'd wire it to your relay to kick on your relay. That's what you would do. So that's the simple way of doing it. The way we're doing it is we have this kit right here from Level Ride, and it has a complete ECU. It's not an ECU because ECU stands for Engine Control Module, but I don't know. I guess it's a suspension control module. And what it does is it monitors ride height with these height sensors. It monitors tank pressure with this pressure sensor, and then it puts all these pressure sensors in the manifold, and it keeps track of what each bag is at. And then the even crazier part is it comes with this phone that runs their app.
What kind of phone is that?
I don't know. It's a doogie. D-O-O-G-E.
A Doge phone.
So, but you can control each individual bag, or you can air it up, air it down. I know it has this in here. I can't get it to go away because it'll automatically try to reconnect. Yeah. So, anyways, you can air it up, air it down, and then up here it'll have aired out, ride height, and lift, I think. I feel like there's one more setting in there.
Hopefully, when we get this done, we'll be able to show you
Yeah, we'll show you how this actually
the
works.
user interface for this.
But it reads out your tank pressure or your bag pressures and everything to you. This tells you your tank pressure down here. It'll tell you when the compressor's on, when they're off. It's a really neat system. And it does all that through this controller. So a lot of wiring involved, but for the most part, it's all terminated already. So you just run it where it needs to go and plug it in. Like, this is the only harness that isn't terminated. So it's pretty neat.
That's a good looking harness.
Yeah. And then, this is another cool thing I thought about it that I'll share with you. Let me find it. It's a little teeny tiny button. Anyways, it's right here. So you take this little tiny button. It's so little, and it's just like a contact switch, nothing crazy. And what it does is, if you don't have your controller, or if you're lazy or whatever, I don't know, you can press this button, air up the truck. You press it again, and it'll air out the truck.
Interesting.
So that's kind of neat. If you lose your controller or don't have the controller dies, you can still control the system with that backup. So I think that's pretty cool. It's a nice safety feature. This right here is a missing link that we need for something else that we ordered that hasn't come in yet. But this is a Panhard Bar. And I can't tell you guys how good it is. It was a fairly inexpensive one off Amazon. It was like 120 bucks. But hopefully it's decent. Oh, it looks all right. Look at that. That doesn't look terrible. Well, it looks pretty good. TIG welded.
Well, it doesn't look bad at all.
Not bad. Not bad. This side's just a hole. So I guess we got to weld in the other part. Let's see what's here. Yep, look. There's the other
A bunch of
joint.
pieces to put together. Some
Right there.
Legos. Automotive Legos. Nice.
And the mounts and all that. And then here's the top mount. So this goes on the diff to get it up over the pumpkin, and then the other side goes onto the frame rail. So kind of cool. And look at that, more stickers.
Nice.
It's made by Moroso, so it should be good.
We like stickers.
So yeah, this will be down in the description, I guess, because it's on Amazon. I don't know again.
I feel like we've looked at a lot of stuff, and there's still
Dude,
more
there's still
stuff
so
to look
much
at.
stuff. So this is something that's kind of funny to me, but look at these two airbags.
Yep.
They're the same
different.
size.
Oh, one's aired up and one's not?
No, neither one of them have aired them. Neither one of them. They're both 8-inch bags.
Okay.
They both go up 8 inches.
So
I don't know. I guess when you air this one up, it just kind of like stretches out, but it's an 8-inch bag. So these will go up front and these will go in the rear.
Okay.
What happened is they ran out of these. They were out at the time.
Okay.
So they gave me a free upgrade to these airlift bags.
Okay. Awesome. We like free upgrades.
Yeah. I was like, cool, whatever.
As long as they're upgrades.
Yeah. So
Right?
we got 2 of those, and then this is another airlift bag. 2 of those. And then we have this giant thing.
Dang, dude. It's like a scuba tank. It looks exactly like a scuba tank with holes in it. Which I guess is probably what it is.
I don't think it's as thick. You know how much air pressure is in a scuba tank?
I mean, thousands, right?
It's insane. It's insane. If you guys go look at, what's his name?
daggum demolition
Yeah,
ranch.
Demolition
when
Ranch.
they shoot them, dude.
Dude.
Like sometimes they just leave a dent in them. It'll like
so
bounce off and just
big.
leave like a dent and won't even freaking go in.
It's nuts.
Yeah, they have to
mean-
shoot it with pretty high caliber rifles to get them to freaking puncture.
So this is a 5-gallon tank. It comes with the mounting brackets and everything.
Do
and it's,
you know what kind of pressure to run in this thing?
Yeah, we're gonna be at 200 pounds. Is what we're gonna run.
Oh, that's not a lot at all.
200 pounds.
Look at that.
So that's what. At 200 pounds, we should have enough pressure to raise the rear of the truck. The front shouldn't be that big. I mean, the Cummins is freaking heavy, so we're gonna have to run a lot of pressure up there too. But the rear, from what I understand, is the hardest part. But we're also gonna be cantilever, which means we should be able to run less pressure by having the leverage on the bag. So, and we're gonna put in the larger volume bags in the rear, so that should help too. But yeah, 200 psi is what our system is gonna be at. So everything's rated for that, all our fittings, everything.
Are we going to make videos of putting all this stuff in and together, or are we going to make a video at the end showing what we did and how it all works?
No.
Or all of the above?
I mean, yes, all of the above, probably.
No, yes. Very
The
clear.
thing is, there's not a lot of information about this kit. I don't know if it's a newer kit or they're just not as well known of a brand or what it is. But like the only videos about this kit are from the company.
And that's Air Max or Air Slam It? Or?
It's Level Ride.
Oh, Level Ride, okay.
Level Ride. So the videos are only from Level Ride on like how to install it and this and that. And I'm gonna be honest, they're not the best videos. So
Okay.
I'm gonna try and have us build like a really good how-to setup for this kit.
Okay.
Because with how terrible their videos are, people will probably come watch our videos.
And then we'll hit them up about a sponsorship for the next truck that we bag.
Yeah.
Ha
Or car. Just starts with a B and ends with a W.
Yes, with a surprise motor.
So anyways, yeah, this is a 5-gallon tank, and this is a 5-gallon tank. I don't know if I needed 2 tanks, but I wanted 2 tanks.
Dude, 2 tanks would look sick.
Yeah.
Do they go in the bed?
So I'm on the fence of exactly what I want to do because we have the sleeper. And I was originally thinking about keeping that 100-gallon tank, but I'm taking it out. I'm going to get rid of it.
The 100-gallon
Yeah,
gas
the one
tank?
that's in the bed. And
But
so,
what if you want to go around the earth with only one fill up?
So I thought it'd be cool to mount all of this stuff under there and then build like a plexiglass sheet to go in front of it.
Yeah.
And put like some red lights in there and maybe get like the Local Losers logo lasered into it or
Oh
something.
my gosh, I heard those guys are cool.
Yeah.
The Local Losers.
I thought they were losers.
Dude, everybody check out my new hat. Check this out. Boom. We sell these. We can make you some. It's even got my name on the back. Check it out. Boom. Bew.
You.
That spells bew. It's like the beginning of beautiful.
I guess. He not lying. So yeah, so this is a second tank. And what we'll do is depending on how we mount all this, it'll probably just be a crossover. So we'll just have like one line from here that runs over to here. So it airs up both tanks. But I'll probably put one compressor on each tank. But only one tank is going to feed the bags. So maybe what we'll do is we'll take like the 2 center here, and they'll do the front, and the 2 centers on that. We'll do the rear. I don't know. Because again, we don't know what we're doing. So we don't know what's going to look the best and what's going to work the best. Because when they asked me, they're like, oh, you're just going to cross it over, right? And I was like, I guess, because I don't know. But I think we can run front bags, rear bags on basically 2 separate systems, but tie them together with a hose so that technically the compressors are filling both tanks at the same time and the bags are getting air from both tanks at the same time. But if something were to happen and for whatever reason we needed to like just run the front bags and this system started leaking, we could close off the system and run it just here.
Dang, that's a good idea.
You know,
That's a really good idea.
And technically, we would actually be able to move the lines as well if one system got a leak, I guess. So the other thing we're going to do with the air system is on one end of one of the tanks, I'm going to have another line that we run to somewhere on the outside of the truck, and we're going to have an air fitting. So we can air up tires, we can run air tools at the track,
Dude, that's a sick
things
idea.
like that.
How fast do you think the compressors will fill the tanks?
They're supposed to fill them pretty quick. From what
Really?
I understand, these compressors are pretty, like, they move some air from what I've read from other people, but most people run 1 5-gallon tank. They don't run 2. So we have a lot more volume to go, but again, we're running 2 compressors, and so it still shouldn't be that bad. Most people run 1 compressor with like a 3-gallon tank. We're running 2 compressors with 10 gallons. But as long as we don't have any leaks, it'll basically always be full because the computer's going to take care of it and keep it at 200 pounds all the time. So the only time it won't be held at pressure is when the truck's off.
Neat.
Yeah.
Dude, being able to fill tires at the track would be dope.
I know, that's what, and that, we're not going to be, so, I don't know, like if somebody knows more about bags, we shouldn't be stressing anything because we're not going to be filling a tire from flat.
Right.
We're going to be taking it from 30 pounds to 40 pounds,
Yeah.
40 pounds to 50 pounds, something like that. So it's not like we're going to be doing a lot of work on the compressors by airing up a tire. It shouldn't really matter that much. The last thing we got here, because we kind of went over all that, this is it's super cool, but this is an airbag kit for like a C10, a C20, or a C30. And it's so simple, it's ridiculous. So this is your spring cup, and your bag bolts on like this, right? And this just drops into the hole where the coil spring was.
That's simple.
Yeah, and then you put this plate bolts on top. And the reason it bolts, because I was like, oh, I'll just weld this in. No, dummy, you can't, because then you couldn't replace your air fitting because you could never get this out because it also bolts in from the top.
Oh, right on.
So you have to be able to unbolt this plate. So you bolt all this together, and then you bolt it up inside the truck. And that's it. Like, this is how simple it is to put airbags on a C10. Like, look at that.
And everything you bought is pretty much bolt-on, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's the Panhard Bar mount that we have to weld onto the diff, right?
Yes, we have to.
There are
we'll
a
have to
couple
weld it
places
to the
where
frame.
there are a couple places where we have to weld, and a couple places where we're just choosing to weld, right?
Right. So the 4-link kit's not here, and we'll talk about that more. But the 4-link kit that I ordered is completely bolt-in. It bolts into the factory spring locations for the leaf spring in the rear, and it bolts in to the it bolts onto the axle. And these are bolt-in, obviously. But what was I going to say? There was something
I don't know. Peach wants to wrestle.
I know, she's crazy. Oh, the Panhard Bar and the C-notch are both going to have to be welded, and then eventually we'll have to weld shock brackets on because we got to have shocks in the rear. But everything else should basically bolt in. We will have to build mounts for the compressors, for the manifold, but again, I'm really thinking that we'll put it under the sleeper, and we'll build like some quick disconnect fittings right underneath where we can just unplug everything real quick and easy.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be super awesome.
That's what I'm kind of thinking. And then we can like put carpet under there to hide all the lines where they go and the wires and everything.
Cool.
So I don't know. We can get as crazy as we want, basically.
Is that all our parts?
Yeah, I think so. 2 compressors, 2 tanks, 4 bags, mounts, knuckles, tranny rebuild kit, manifold.
We should go look
Airline.
at the truck in the sunset
Yeah,
and be inspired.
Oh, watch out. Watch out. Watch out. Watch out.
So yeah, imagine this thing like running boards on the ground.
Dumped. I told Carissa this is going to be my dump truck.
Nice.
Because not only does it have a dump truck of an ass, but it's going to be dumped.
It's gonna be so dumped.
So,
Oh my gosh.
I'm so excited.
And you're gonna run these 16-inch wheels, right?
Yeah, for a while. I'm going to run the 16s for a while. 22-inch Alcoas
Dang,
are
dude.
a little bit expensive.
Yeah, dude.
So the cool thing is the Dodge is the same lug pattern. So I was thinking about maybe putting these on it and like having them powder coated in an interesting color.
Like,
You know?
what's an interesting color?
I don't know, maybe like this purple or the blue,
that would be interesting. That'd be
or
super
maybe
interesting.
purple and blue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know, just something. They're here, they're the same bolt pattern, and
Yeah.
so
Just play around with it until you get your Alcoas done.
we're getting rid of this truck.
Yeah. Are we scrapping this truck or selling
Yeah,
it as
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna part out like the doors and the fender and the hood and stuff, like the good stuff.
Yeah.
And then the rest of it we're probably just gonna scrap it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna cut the cab to get the engine out because I'm lazy. So yeah,
All right.
that's that.
Look forward to some video of us cutting this Dodge up and lifting the freaking cab off of this Chevy.
No, we're not taking the cab. We're taking the clip.
Oh, just the whole front clip off?
Yeah, the front clip's coming off. And then the only thing left will be the cab.
How long is the 6PT compared to the 454?
It's long.
Is it?
Yeah.
Like a foot longer?
You want to see? There's a tape measure on the ground. We can measure them.
Why is the tape measure on the ground?
It's Levi's, and that's where he put it. He brought all his tools out here because I've been working on the Dodge. And yeah, he got his tape measure out.
Ah. We're losing light.
There's
We gotta
that
hurry
pile.
up. 454 is pretty short.
So
Just measure from the firewall to the front of the, I don't know.
well, no, we don't want to do that. That's about the rear of the engine should be.
Okay.
And this is the front of the alternator pulley. And it's about 26, 27 inches, somewhere in there. And that's not counting the fan. We didn't count the fan because the fan.
Oh, wow. You took like a bunch off of the front of this truck.
Yeah. It's
It's naked.
I got fuel lines, motor mounts to get this out.
Okay.
That's all that's left.
Dope.
So that should be the back. Give it just a little. It's about 33 inches to
wow.
the front of the belt.
That's a good bit. That's a good bit. My goodness.
So it's a little bit longer, but it does fit. I've joined a bunch of Facebook groups, and people say it fits. You can run the mechanical fan, which is great. Cummins are not known for cooling problems, so if you can keep
Excellent.
this fan on there, it's going to keep it cool. So you can keep that. I saw a guy here in town, actually, funny story. I was with my boss, and we were at a tranny shop asking about...
tranny shop.
Yeah, we were asking about something, I don't remember what, and we brought this up, like this project, and the guy was like, oh, I got a Suburban in the back that I'm putting a 12 valve in, and so we go check it out, and he had the Chevy alternator mounted up here. That way you don't have to change the trigger, you can use the trigger off the Chevy instead of having to try to trigger the Dodge alternator.
Interesting.
But here's the funny part.
Here's the funny part.
It's Owen's freaking Suburban.
Is it really?
Yes.
That is funny.
So anyways, it seems like it shouldn't be too much of a project. We use the stock motor mounts from the Chevy with these adapter plates that made up to the 6BT. Puts it at a little bit of a steep angle in the truck, but the thing is we're on bags, and so the truck's gonna be at whatever angle we decide to put it at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so that shouldn't matter. We will have to build a tranny cross member. We have to notch an engine cross member. There's an engine cross member that actually the crank pulley on the Cummins runs into. So you have to notch it out for that. But really, it's not that big of a deal. Like, this stuff is easy stuff that we can do, no problem.
Bolt-in stuff.
Yeah, like, like even the hard part isn't as hard as building that damn thing. So
That thing
Like-
over there.
it should be pretty easy, this project for us. We're hoping. I say that and we're gonna like destroy every fucking thing.
You know everybody wants to see some hard body footage.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't own a hard body. I've given up. No, after this is done, we're getting back on the hard body really hard. Depending on how that goes, which this has been a hard time for me because I can't work on my stuff,
The shop.
but we're almost there. Like, we're almost there.
We've had trouble
Getting help.
getting help over here to form up and get concrete and rebar and everything put in place to get our shop finished. And you know, it's not the greatest feeling when you need to get something done and you can't, and when that something is a thing that stands in the way of a lot of work.
And just doing like what you want to do. Like,
Yeah.
I love working on cars. Like, it's so satisfying to like do that. It's so satisfying to do what we're doing here. To me, like, Bo loves driving, and this is something that we're very much the opposites of each other. Bo hates working on cars. He loves driving cars. I love working on cars, and I like driving cars, but I much prefer to like build a car and then just look at it and be like, we did that. You know, I think that's super cool.
I want to drive it.
So this is a really big hindrance for me But as soon as it's done, and this is done, we're putting in the rack and pinion, we're getting the roll cage put in it, we're fixing the rear suspension. Like, this thing's getting on this track, like on the track this year. I also have to buy a fire suit and put a fire suppression system in it, which is pretty stupid.
It still looks good.
Dude, the wheels are so shiny for some reason.
Yeah, what's up with that?
I don't know, but they look great. Like, every time I come home and I'm like, man, did somebody polish my wheels without me knowing?
So what would happen if we try to put the 6BT in this?
I think it would crush it.
Probably.
Like, the 6BT weighs almost as much as this truck. Like, this truck, I think when we weighed it at the drift event in Phoenix, I think it was like 2,500 or 2,700 pounds.
Yeah.
The 6BT is 1,200 pounds.
Dang, dude.
Like, it literally weighs half as much as this truck.
That's pretty nuts.
Isn't that crazy? But yeah, we're getting there. I haven't forgot about my hard body. I did for a little bit. And then I drove it and I was like, oh my gosh. So we're working on getting it going again. I felt like finishing this project before we had a proper tow rig was putting the cart before the horse.
Right on. I get that. Kinda.
So, like, how are we gonna get this thing to a drift event if we don't have a trailer and a truck to put it behind?
Drive it.
No, that's not possible. Trust me, you rode in this for more than 10 minutes, you'd be like, nope. It's terrible.
Right on.
And great at the same time, but yeah, that's where we're at. So we're getting the dually done. We plan on knocking that project out real quick. We're gonna do it in small stages. So this is airbags and motor swap, which isn't exactly a small stage, but
No, it isn't.
it
And
is.
it's a lot. It's a lot of work. Holy moly, dude.
It's a little bit of work.
But we're gonna get it done. We're gonna get it done. We're gonna get the shop done. We've got more hard body content coming. We've got some Fox body content coming, and maybe some RX-7 content coming. We're trying to push through, being sad about this freaking shop not being done.
But it's not even being sad. It's just not having a space to work. It sucks
And that
so
too.
bad.
And that too.
It sucks
that
so
too.
bad. Like, Teddy's truck's been in there. I need to upload the videos, but I'm lame. Teddy's truck's in there, and we've been working on it. And I don't want to go out there because we can't get it out. Like,
Yeah.
there's no gratification of getting it finished. Is that the right word? Yeah, I think so.
I think so too.
Sad.
Anyway, we're gonna
It's
finish
kinda
this
fun,
project. We got hard body content coming.
We're gonna finish a project.
We're gonna finish some
someday.
project. Maybe we'll even go drifting at one point. My goodness. All right, guys. Anyway, as we always say, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, you're missing out. Like, if you're watching this video, you already know you want to subscribe. So
You haven't been missing
subscribe.
out lately,
Well,
but
like this video, subscribe to our channel, and subscribe to our hearts. We'll see y'all later.
bye, guys.